Filth we serve. Show me your little toys, child. Play your little parlor tricks. See how little tin and tinsel avails against the soul which never dies. What can your puny weapons, your feeble sorceries avail against an immortal spirit? I cannot die, you fool! I cannot die! I laugh at your pity. I mock your tiny fists. Death is the mother of beauty. There will be no sad farewells, no tears goodbye. No death stalks this distant shore of peace and love. have taken my life and given me nothing. Eternal happiness? Life everlasting? No. Eternal nightmare. Death everlasting. Nothing now. Nothing forevermore. What does it matter? It's not my fault. You said I'd live forever, and this is life. You cheated me. I hate you. I betrayed my oath and sacred trust. I swore to defend Battlespire for my emperor. And now I'm dead. And all my charge dead too. And Battlespire in ruins. Plundered by daedra and ruled by the Prince of Destruction. I am Kiro Aman, Preceptor Superior of Battlespire. I was sucked dry of my power by daedra, paralyzed, dominated, and carried to this place, where I told my captors all they wished to know. I could not prevent myself, so deeply had they my will enthralled. Even through death, I could not escape them, and now I am doomed to haunt these halls for all time. The madness comes on me, and I am a wraith, a fiend, a monster that feeds on the souls of others. I have not encountered another mortal here, but your companion may have passed this way without my knowledge. I cannot pass beyond the Daedric Seagull wards. I bless you, listen, and mark well, for the madness comes upon me, and I cannot command my own spirit. Lord Dagon, Mehrunes Dagon, and all his hosts fell upon us without warning. How they entered the citadel, I cannot know, for it should be impossible. There must have been a traitor. You must return to Tamriel and warn the Emperor! A wraith cannot be destroyed save by the power that created it. Yet I know another way. You may bind my spirit to an enchanted soul gem and pledge that soul gem to eternal vengeance. I know the ritual, but cannot perform the rites without a material form. The rite may only be performed on a willing discorporate spirit. The praxis is necromantic and evil, and condemns my soul to everlasting torment. But gladly will I endure such to avenge myself, my friends, and my emperor. Will you learn this rite and swear a solemn oath to wield the spirit-doomed device in the war upon our enemies? Now, compose your spirit and speak the words. I, myself, will provide the praxis and the power for the rite. My ghostly form will disappear and you will find a magic gem. Take this gem, use it well, and when you strike against our foes, think of me. Repeat after me. Thy power spend, thy form in flames. Curse my foes and curse their names. Vest thy power and consecrate this weapon's heart to damn their fate.
Come here, little manling. I won't hurt you. I just want to tell you a secret. You want to talk to me? You show some respect. Or maybe I'll pound you. It is you, manling. I hear you are quite the little fireball. They say for us to capture you alive. I tend to get excited in a fight, so please remind me about the alive part if I seem to get too excited. Capture the manling alive. That's what Zivalai Moeth said. Capture all the manlings alive so they talk. Just like the 3 battle mages, they talked and talked about all sorts of things. Zivalai Moath makes them talk. They were happy to talk, tell lots of secrets. Zivalai Moath make you talk too, you bet. Tell all your secrets. So, now it's pounding time. Ready?
forever. And this is the thanks I get. Betrayed, tortured, sucked dry, murdered. Then, for good measure, they rip out my soul and set it adrift in this godforsaken hole! Those dog-sired daedra, that's who. And that damn seducer. And that Siren Angada. If I get my soul suckers into that motherless backstabber, I'll make him a hot, empty husk. Well, I realize that it's risky dealing with Daedra, but that seducer... Well, let's just say it might not be eight heavens, but it's all right. And Angada promised he'd set me up like a wounded survivor, a hero. Siren Angada? No, perhaps not. A leechcrafter retainer of Jagerthorn, the Emperor's battle mage. He set it all up. I open the gate to the prince, he comes in, cleans out the Battlespire, and I just barely managed to escape with my life, bringing the tragic news to the Emperor and Tharn. I'm a big hero, a personal retainer of Jagerthorn, close to the Emperor and his family. In time, I get my own province, a great deal, and I delivered. But the scum cheated me. That's generous of you. But this Angada has a special transmorph spell, so he can look like anyone. Angada was posing as Womegan Mario, the Emperor's personal liaison to the Battlespire, when the Daedra took the place. But he, or she, could look like anyone by now. I appreciate your help,
but you might want to run away now because I feel the hungry madness coming on again, and I'm not much fun to be around! I smell blood! Life! Give me your blood! I must have it now! It's there inside you, and I want it out! Give it to me now! And this is the thanks I get. Betrayed, tortured, sucked dry, murdered! Then, for good measure, they rip out my soul and sit it. Those dog-sired daedra, that's who. And that damn seducer. You young puppy snot, I'll pin your ear back for you. Being a wraith isn't paradise, but I sure don't have to take lip from skinny little brats like you. And this is the thing. Those dogs. Well, Siren and Gata? No, perhaps not. A leechcraft, a retainer of Jagerthorn.
of joy and plenty you promised. I smell your life and rave with hunger. Cheated, betrayed, deceived. You promised, but you lied forever. Listen carefully. We take little harm from your weapons or spells. Seek the book of rest and endings. Speak the words and dissolve the bonds. Your weapons amuse me. Against flesh they may triumph, but they scarcely stir the gossamer threads of the revenant spirit. I smell your life and rave with hunger. I can suck you to a husk and still scream for thirst. Run now. There is no hope, only horror. I want you, all of you, nothing left. I could pour you all. How could you ever understand my pain? You know nothing. You understand nothing. You are an animal, a weed, a stone. Compared to me, I see all, feel all, suffer all, hate all, forever. You know nothing. I smell your life and rave with hunger.
Who disturbs our rest? You are not invited here. Why do you disturb our rest? Would you enter our service, mortal? Put off your mortal garments and stand naked in the spirit. Your stained tablet must first be washed white by the fires of mana. Seek the twin fingers of life in the chapel of love. Stand upon the pedestal and bathe yourself in the mana beams. The corruption of the flesh shall fall away and the spirit shall be revealed in its glory. Then may you stand before us and serve for eternity in peace and joy. Unless you join our service, we offer you no aid. Affairs of mortals are not our concern. Each mote of mana spent diminishes our eternity. Go and trouble me no more, but you speak with our brethren who perhaps better recall wearing flesh and who may look more generously upon your request.
Once I was a man filled with love and hate. Now I am a monster, empty and hungry. I surrendered my life, and now I must feast upon yours. Flee, mortal, for I have no heart, and would feed on yours.
Who disturbs our rest? You are not invited here. Why do you disturb our rest? You stand within the precincts of the soul Cairn, an otherworldly refuge dedicated to peace, love, eternal rest, and harmony. You stand before one of its makers, whose name is so exalted you may not even speak it. You walk among its servants, who have pledged themselves in service to us, and who in reward have been gifted with life eternal and the peace that passes all mortal understanding. Would you enter our service, mortal? Unless you join our service, we offer you no aid. Affairs of mortals are not our concern. Each who disturbs our rest? Be assured that death is evil, for were it good, the gods would all die. Deep be roots, sturdy be limbs, tough be fibers of bark and heartwood, but, mortal, before the winds of death, you cannot stand.
Show me your little toys, child. Play your little parlor tricks. See how little tin and tinsel avails against the soul which never dies. You have taken
There will be no sad farewells, no tears goodbye, no death stalks this distant shore of peace and love. Who disturbs our rest? Who disturbs our rest? Deep be roots, sturdy be limbs, tough be fibers of bark and heartwood. But, mortal, before the winds of death, you cannot stand.
You have taken my life and given me nothing